All right, last week, aggrieved victims of the ill-fated Nigerian Immigration Service, NIS, recruitment exercise in Benin, Edo State, took to the streets to peacefully protest the non-implementation of President Goodluck Jonathan's compensation of automatic employment to victims and family members of the tragedy 7 months after. It will be recalled that 18 persons died at the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium, venue of the exercise in Edo, while over 20,000 applicants were injured in the stampede that trailed the exercise nationwide in March 2015. What do you think about this? It's your view. Let it count. You can call us on 070-8066-8014. You can tweet to us at TVC. We'd like to hear your thoughts on this. All right. So, ladies, it's been 7 whole months since this thing happened, and nothing has been done. And there are lots of questions being asked. Number one, why the federal government hasn't paid? Number two, why Moro hasn't been either sacked or sanctioned or whatever it is. And three, what are we doing concerning unemployment generally? Because there are reasons why that many people went to apply for just a 4,500 position available in NIS. So there's so many questions still there. So I wanted to hear your views on these various areas. So which one do you want to start with?
I will start with the presidency making a statement last week saying that unemployment in Nigeria is reducing. They created 500,000 jobs this year. They created 1.2 million jobs, and there's still people who they've promised jobs who are unemployed, One, government promises. I think that your word should be your bond. If you say, I will do this, as the leader of the people, you must and should ensure that whatever you say, you bring it to pass. It's unfortunate that 7 months into this tragedy, families of people who have lost, or victims, are having to carry placards to the government house.
Now, this reminds me when you said government promises, because we've seen several government promises. This is why people like the doctors, the education, everybody's just going to
nobody trusts the
government when they say they're going to give them something. Yes,
for me, concerning this story, the person I still shocked is still in that position is Moro, the Minister of Interior. I can't believe he's still in that position. I read his apology where he was explaining, his family was explaining to the people about, this man has a good track record. The point is, under your watch as a minister, we've lost 19 lives in just one recruitment exercise. Under your watch, you're supposed to supervise it as a leader. When things go that bad under your watch, you should do the honorable thing of resigning. And if you decide not to, the government should have sacked him. He shouldn't have been there. It's like rubbing salt on an injury for me to watch that person that didn't take responsibility or monitor things well and have lost somebody close I love.
That China, that story, that boat mishap.
Malaysia, he submitted his resignation.
Yes.
Malaysia.
He submitted his resignation. For me, Rayo, I've always said it countless times that in Nigeria, I don't feel our leaders have human value for human lives. People died in this exercise. And why did they die? They were looking for a better life. So because supposedly government job is supposed to be a good job. Now, for me, the president coming out as a den to say that I'm promising that the people that lost a loved one, 3 job applicants. I said something. What is the qualification? That those people, the three job openings that he was promising, what were their qualifications to get that job? They didn't have any qualification. What is the basis for that kind of promise? As far as I was concerned, I am still concerned up to now, it's an empty promise because the people that, now, if it were a Stephen Ketch's job that was open, available for like replacement, is it anyhow person that you go and call to come and be the coach? The person must have the qualification, the right qualification. And secondly, which of the parastatals have the government decided that they want to absorb these people into? You have not done anything. Is it the same NNPC? Is it banking sector or is it NIS? NIS could not absorb the number of people that went for that test.
Fine, but can you blame the president? Because the truth is that he can't be the one to hire. If he says, Mr. A, please take this responsibility, shouldn't we blame them? Because they are the ones supposed to actually do the actual recruitment and advise him that, okay, these are the positions available. This is what we can afford to.
Before making that
engage.
promise,
Yes.
I expected that
He should have instructed somebody.
Yes, it was a thought-out plan. I want to compensate these people. They've lost somebody loved, their beloved person. What can we use to compensate? Should we give them money? Oh, that's just a quick fix. Let's give them a source of livelihood. Okay, that's better. And then you now come and make such a declaration, and 7 months down the line, it's not being done. When there are no sanctions for any evil action.
It cannot be done because there was never a place for them to have been absorbed into.
First place.
So what I am saying is that, what I am saying is that open up, what's it called? Right now, there are loads of deficiencies that we're having in this country. We don't have industries, we don't have anything.
Agriculture.
Most of our NNPC, what's it called? They are gone, they are dead. We don't have agriculture. So what is the government doing? Open up these places and let people come in. Instead of, I don't know, we need to start thinking as a government. We need to start thinking as this nation because we have so many resources right now. We don't even have the capacity to tap into those.
If you look at it, I'll come to you, Tokwe.
Okay.
But you see, right now, 2015 is around the corner. It's next year. Now, people are saying that because elections are coming next year, a lot of things will get done. Shouldn't this be one of the priorities for the government?
If it gets done, yeah, I'm happy for those that get compensation. But this is 2015 coming up. Our leaders need to be held accountable. The former governor of Cross River State came here and he said that he gave somebody an assignment to do, the Ministry of Environment, Commissioner for Environment, and he gave him a time limit to do it. And when he wasn't done within that time, he was fired. Whose job was it to employ these people?
Exactly. Let me take Hassan's call from Lekki. Good morning, Hassan. Are you there?
Yeah, good morning.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead.
Good morning, Jumoke. Good morning, Tope and Sally. Good morning, all of you. The issue I'm trying to discuss about this immigration issue and what happened after the immigration exercise. You see, it's of two ends. When you look at government at times, you should look at the people themselves. You understand? You see, what we are seeing people playing 419 within the system. You understand? Because I heard it from the Minister of Interior this morning when he said, look, the government gave a directive. Any pronouncement by the president is a directive. You understand? Which they must carry out. But the issue is that people now came and smuggled certain names that are not even part of the system. You understand? So they are trying to sort out the real grains from the chaff.
Okay.
Me, I'm not a political sycophant, neither a military apologist. I'm just saying it as a Nigerian, you understand? And we knew what we can do. You understand? You see, white president, I'm not a PDP member, and I will never be a PDP member. But what is very clear, it is not everything the government does that is bad.
Gotcha.
You understand?
All right, point thinking.
Now,
thank you so much, Hassan.
You know,
May I correct few aspersions I've heard on this table? Who I was asking that what were the qualifications of the people that wanted to be compensated? There's a victim, Austin Amu, who lost his wife in the exercise. He was also part of that exercise. His wife died in front of him. Now, he's one of the people carrying placards in Benin saying that we have not been compensated. Now, so there's some of them like that.
What
What
does he
others,
have on
there's
the
some
plate
other people
for
who
him to
didn't die but were injured in the exercise.
Who were promised also automatic.
For you to have come, it means that we shortlisted you. They were promised automatic employment. So there are some few people within the brackets that are employable in this.
Yes,
Mario, what I wanted to say is that for me, the solution going forward, the road to 2015, I don't want a president coming to promise me, I will give you light, I will give you this. No. When you want to make certain statements, come with your facts and figures. I've listened countlessly. That's why it's Fashola that I just love. Because for me, he's one of those people that lead with figures and facts.
All the time.
Come to the table. Come and tell me that, okay, yes, when I'm coming in 2015, this was what we did. This is where we are now, and this is how we can get there. This is the supposed budget. Now, somebody says, I want to provide electricity. And you provide electricity, maybe the budget for that electricity is supposed to be like a billion naira. Somebody comes now and uses 1 trillion naira to provide the same menial electricity. Nobody is penalized. You know, nobody is saying, nobody's saying that.
Nobody's even asking questions.
Nobody's auditing anything.
All right.
We should also fix our judicial system.
Let's not change the rail from our focus. Our focus really is on NIS.
We're not changing it.
Yes.
We're not changing it, Morayo. It's the same thing. Because she said something about the moral. I'm still in shock that the man is still there. after
He
that
wants to go to the- he
that
wants to
massive
become a
failure
governor.
of what he did.
He wants
So
to be
what I am
governor.
saying, sorry, just say, these things, we should fix our judicial system.
Okay.
We need to fix it in a way that anybody, any government official that is found, doing things that they're not supposed to do, there should be a...
Okay, all right.
In short, jail time is even too small.
Point, I guess, Toko, you're going to say something.
Impunity will continue to be the order of the day. We'll keep on having things go wrong blatantly in our faces when there's no reward for wrongdoing and there's no action. Nobody gets punished. We have cases of missing money and all that. Now, the NIS scheme, these people have suffered long enough for the past 7 months. If I say, oh, give them money for the past 7 months that they've been waiting, we still don't have the money to do that. However, I feel in payments for each and every one of them that have suffered this loss, every single one of them, the 3 jobs promised them, the government should find that job and give it to them.
But I was hearing from what Hassan was saying, we don't even know now. People
As
are now
I said,
claiming.
yeah, as I
that
said,
are
some
saying that-
figures came out and that they were not even the names that came out were not names
Right.
representing the true people that were
Yes.
that
Why
that
would
were
people
killed.
come out to claim it? When we
Solution.
always shout all the time that we need the right data, what's it called?
Solution.
Database. We don't always have it. We want
Solution.
to always do things
So,
by the side.
Solution. This has exposed the presidency and government generally that they just make promises and nothing happens. The president should take ownership of this. I promised this. I'm sorry it hasn't been done. Please, we are going to fix it.
All right.
If he needs to sack the minister to get it done, he needs to do what he needs to do.
Let me take Damilola's call, last call on this subject. Good morning, Damilola. Are you there?
Hello, good morning, Morayo and
Morning,
everybody.
yes, go ahead. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, this is Damilola from Djibouti.
Go ahead,
My
please.
view is that in so many ways, government has failed us. Education sector, health sector, and every sector. The only way I can take on is they shouldn't make any Nigerians again. We are tired of it. And I could hear you people think that this man wants to become a governor. Somebody who has failed us on the federal government level is coming back as a governor to fail us again. I believe this thing should not be done. My own way, my view to this settle this thing is that let this government, let Jonathan government come out, fix somewhere for these people. These people have actually used and they've lost somebody dear to their heart.
Okay. All right. I think we.
Assuming it's part of it, assuming it's me, I lost maybe my brother, and you're not telling it like after 6 months or 7 months, you can't fix it after giving us a promise. And you can't
All
fix
right.
anything for me.
You have tweets.
Thank you very much,
I believe-
Damilola. I think we get the point of what you're saying. Let's take some tweets.
Father
please.
Osi Ololuwa says a government that is responsible would always respect its words and decisions. Only an irresponsible government will do irrational things. Victor Yu says, in Nigeria, lives of citizens are not being regarded. Moro is still in office while the victim family are still unemployed
Okay,
despite
Jumoke, before you take
all.
your own tweets, we're forgetting the consultancy firm that handled this project. Shouldn't they also be held liable? Because if they had had a better process of actually sitting out,
Shortlisting them.
shortlisting people, maybe we wouldn't have had this problem, but you can take your tweets.
Everybody is liable on this case, up to presidency. Shodunke says the government does not have a clear agenda for its people as regards employment. A lot of graduates have turned Okada riders. Oladimeji Olushola says, in a civilized community, you can't get away with this. If JEJ cannot hold a minister responsible for NIS death, then he can't govern.
All right, on that note, we end this segment. When we come back, we're going to talk to one of our political correspondents in preparations for 2015 elections. Stay with us, we'll be right back.